Some days are harder than others when it comes to making these videos. Some days I feel the motivation and I'm excited to make them and I have good ideas and it's flowing and I can speak easily and everything just makes sense. And some days like today are just it's like pulling teeth. I can't even get a sentence out, put a sentence together. And I think that's where my perfectionism creeps in, right? Because it's like I want to make these videos and put out a good product, but some days I just don't have it. And if I don't have it, I feel like the product isn't going to be to the standard in which I set for myself. Another challenge is that I committed to a 30-day streak of uploading videos, and I've kind of fallen behind. Fallen behind in the sense that I'm making the videos the day of and posting them. I've kept the streak going up until I think this will be day 18. So I'm getting there, right? And obviously, after the 30 days, I'm going to have to restructure the way I make these videos and the schedule in which I post. But I made a commitment to myself, and by publicizing it, I'm almost having the viewers hold me accountable because they see every day, oh, he's posting, he's not posting, right? I put it on my social media, stuff like that. So it's good in the sense, right? I'm holding myself accountable, but I almost feel some days I feel an obligation. And as a result of that, the videos might not be to the quality in which I expect them to be at and the quality in which the viewer, you guys, deserves, right? So it's an internal battle, it's an internal struggle. Obviously, I'm sitting here making the video, and now that I'm talking and I'm speaking about something I'm currently dealing with, as opposed to digging in my notebook and trying to sort of pull ideas from the back of my brain that I wrote down months ago. It's just easier to speak off the dome. So I try to do that once in a while. Like if I'm not feeling it, like today, for example, I'm having a tough time putting together a video with the ideas in my notebook. I just try to think of something in this current moment in my current life that is relevant and that I can speak to. So obviously something like this, right, where I'm struggling to make these videos at times, and I figured I'd speak about that and show people, I guess, that it's not always sunshine and rainbows, and I'm not full of ideas, and I can't just sit down and talk to the camera with ease. Just kind of maybe my thought process as to how I make these videos, the quality in which I expect out of myself, and obviously this video, I'm not going to feel like it's to the standard and quality that I expect of myself. I'm still going to post it. That's kind of the idea, right? It's to put aside that perfectionism and put out a product, regardless of how good or bad I might think it is. It's funny, my brother, he's got a buddy who DJs and he posts on social media a lot, right? And he's been doing it for years. And he said this thing to my brother that my brother told me, and it's so relevant and it motivates me to continue going. He said, if you quit now after having published videos and saying you're going to do this 30-day streak, for example, and putting it on your Instagram and your Substack and whatever, if you quit now, you're going to be known as the guy who quit YouTube, and everybody's going to remember you that way, right? Obviously, it's not that deep. People have their own lives. They're probably not worried about whether or not I'm posting on YouTube and stuff. But internally, I made a commitment to myself, like I said, and there are people who do watch these videos and close family and friends, I'm sure, some of you. It wouldn't sit right with me if I were to just quit and say, you know what? People probably aren't going to watch these. They might notice for a week or two that, oh, he stopped posting, and then they'll move on with their lives, right? But that's not the mindset and the mentality I want to operate out of. So, like I said, I'm committing to this. It's difficult some days, it's easier others, but nonetheless, I'm going to keep pushing, keep forging ahead. I'm trying to perfect my craft, right? If I'm going to do YouTube, I want to do it to the best of my ability. And it's not because I want a million subscribers or tons of views and likes and whatever, but why do it if I'm not going to try to improve and learn about it and stuff like that? So it's actually interesting. YouTube, like anything, people don't think about these things, but YouTube, social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, it's an art. It's a business. You need to perfect your craft. You can't just post stupid videos and expect to go viral and become famous and make money, stuff like that. And yes, that's possible. People do strike lightning in a bottle without really putting much thought and effort into stuff like this. But the people who are consistent and grind and have been at it for years, you don't see the hard work and effort they put in. And the reason that they have, let's say, a million subscribers or whatever it is, right? Over time, you compound and you grow and you learn, and that's how you really improve and you find success in stuff like YouTube and whatever it may be. So I've been doing some research, like I said, and they talk a lot about volume. If you're a new creator, just post 100, 200 videos, whatever it is, as fast as possible. Don't worry as much about the quality and focus more on the quantity. So I'm doing both. I do focus on the quality. You can see these are edited tremendously. So, and I think that's a good thing, right? I don't just want to throw something out. If I didn't edit these videos, you guys would think I'm batshit crazy. I was just punching myself in the head 5 minutes ago because I couldn't get a sentence together. So it's things like this that, obviously you guys don't see on the camera, but a really good piece of advice that one of the videos told me was find a schedule that is sustainable, whether it be 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, 1 video a month, 1 video every 2 weeks. Find something that works for you and stick to it. Be consistent. Something that'll allow you to avoid burnout and run with that for however long it takes, right? And obviously, if you're posting 1 video a month, you're going to see slower growth. So maybe, try to see if you can squeeze 1 video a week, 1 video every 2 weeks, stuff like that, unless you're really busy and YouTube's maybe a side hobby. But it's something I do want to grow. I want to spread my message. I'm trying my best to, maximize, I guess, the potential or views and outreach, stuff like that. So I'm trying not to get too absorbed in the views and the likes and things like that. It's human nature to look at those metrics and see numbers and say, oh, I got 50 views on this video. I got 10 likes, 20 likes, whatever. And some videos, don't do as well. And you get, you kind of think, oh man, that wasn't a good video. You can't get that way. You cannot get that way. You have to detach from the outcome and you have to want to do it because you enjoy it and you want to spread a positive message. So I'm having fun with it still. So I'm going to keep going. Like I said, after these 30 days, I'm going to figure out what makes sense for me. And yeah, I hope somebody's getting value out of these. I just wanted to kind of give people a sneak peek as to how this YouTube thing works and kind of my mindset behind it. And yeah, so like I said, they're gonna keep coming, and we'll figure it out. So